What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I've got a lot of F30 content coming for you guys shortly, so stay tuned for all of that. But today's video is going to be a short one. I've got a little DIY fix on a little problem here that I have in the interior. So I've read on the forum about this issue that other people have also had, so hopefully this video is helpful for some of you guys that might be experiencing this same type of interior problem. So one of my complaints about this car is some of the interior rattles, and one of the biggest rattles that I have is actually right here on the passenger side. It took me a while to kind of figure out what it was, but now I hear it all the time, especially when the car is cold for some reason. I think once the car kind of warms up and the plastics start to get a little bit warmer, then the rattling kind of minimizes a little bit, but it's most notable when it's cold. And what I'm referring to is this little door pin here. You can already kind of tell that it's making a little rattle noise. So it just makes enough noise to be annoying. I'll actually put a little video clip on here that I took off my cell phone, because normally when I am driving around in the morning, I don't actually have my camera with me, so I took some cell phone footage of that. So apologize for the bad footage, but hopefully that gives you an idea of what I'm referring to. If you guys have this problem, it should be a pretty simple fix. There's a couple things that we can do, but I'm going to try to make this a permanent thing, and I don't want to have to do this again. So it should be a quick and easy fix. I'm going to do something here that hopefully will be permanent, and we won't have to touch this ever again. I know that a couple guys have actually just put some electrical tape right around the pin, which you can actually end up seeing. So basically what's happening is the pin is touching the edges here of the plastic, so that's where the noise is coming from. So I've seen guys put electrical tape around the pin. I don't like the way that looks. I think it just looks cheap. So my plan is actually to remove this little collar here out of the door panel. Hopefully we can get it out without taking the actual door panel off the car. There's a couple little clips underneath here that are holding this little plastic piece in place, so hopefully we can pry that up, and then we'll put some either Velcro or something of that nature around the inside of this little collar, and that should hopefully prevent it from making any noise in the future. All right, so I've got some trim tools here that I'm going to try to utilize. Hopefully this will be enough to pull that little collar up, but if you don't have any trim tools, I think you could probably use a flathead screwdriver. Maybe just put some electrical tape or something around the tip of it, that way you're not scratching up the leather on your door panel. I'm going to try to do it this way and get it out of here. So fortunately I don't have any of this rattling on any of the other door panels, but if I do eventually get them as time goes on, at least hopefully I'll know what to do here. I'm going to start off with this one here, see if I can try to wedge underneath here. So from what I can tell, I think there's a couple tabs, plastic tabs on each side here. I think there's 3 of them. So once we get kind of 2 of them up, I think the third one will just come out on its own. So I heard that it's a little bit tough to get out, and you kind of got to pry at it. So we'll see how we do here. A little bit got that one side going. I also don't want to hit the window tint here either. Let's see. There we go. Let's see if I can pull the rest out. Yep, so there's 3 tabs. This is how it sits inside of the door panel here. So there's one here, and one on the other side. So as long as you can kind of pop 2 of them out, the rest of it should come right out with your fingers. So just don't be afraid to manhandle it, and should come out. So I've got a couple things here. I've got this little piece of foam that I found. It's got a sticky backside, and then I've got some Velcro here as well. I think I'm gonna use this piece of foam first, see how that works. I don't need to put it around the entire thing because this is pretty thick stuff actually. So I think I'm just gonna cut off a small little chunk of it and then maybe put it on, I don't know, one of these sides here, maybe on the back side. So maybe stick it just like that inside of there. That way it will push the pin forward and not, you know, maybe keep it tight against one side versus rattling all over the whole thing. So I think I'm just going to cut a little chunk off of here and try that. But the other option was to maybe use the soft side here of the Velcro, maybe cut a little sliver off and wrap the entire thing on the inside. But I'm going to try to do it this way first and see how that goes. Okay, let's see here. Let's figure out how much I need. Something small. Maybe about like that much. And the good thing is this is sticky on one side, so hopefully it'll just stay in place on its own. Okay, I'm just gonna stick it in here. Got myself a little flathead screwdriver just to kind of push this down into place. And I think that might do it. You could also wrap the pin, the bottom part of the pin, in electrical tape, or maybe even try to fit some electrical tape on the inside here and wrap it, but I think this might be sufficient. Okay, so we've got that back into place. Now all we need to do is drop it back in. Make sure your foam doesn't move around. And then just push it back in. Okay, give it a little wiggle test, make sure we're not making any noise anymore, which we aren't. It's nice and tucked in there. And I think we're good to go, so that's that. All right, so like I said, pretty quick and simple DIY fix. So last time I was at BMW before my extended warranty expired, I actually asked them about this to see if it would be covered under my CPO warranty, and of course it was not. And BMW actually wanted to replace the entire locking mechanism and all that stuff, and it was gonna be like $600 or $800, something crazy. So clearly this can be done with some simple tools and some electrical tape or some foam or whatever you have lying around in your house. Pretty simple to do, and now we know what to do for the next time when the other 3 doors start to do it. So if you guys have any comments or questions, please let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, and follow along on all of our projects here on the channel. Stay tuned for more, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.